Hey everybody, it's me Thomas, your best friend, and I can't wait to show you this little video that I made. This video that you're gonna see is a cover letter that I did for Polygon, which is a video game journalism website. They were hiring a producer. I wanted to be a producer, and so the video is kind of geared towards production and not necessarily what I typically advertise myself as, which is a graphic designer, although I have done much production in my life. Tragically and unfortunately, with no hate to Polygon, by the way, they probably had too many applicants. I don't think they saw it or they just didn't choose it, but I put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of cool animation that I did in it. And lots of video game references that I think are really cool. And so I just wanted to show it to you guys anyway. It's a little cringy, but everything I do is a little cringy, but I think it's fun. It's like a little representation of me. Lots of hand-drawn animation in this one. Hey, my name is Thomas Muelling, and I'm an animator, comedian, graphic designer, and producer. I've always had a deep passion for entertainment. I was one of those kids that made cringy videos on YouTube, and I kept making them all through high school. I ended up making over 1,000 videos on YouTube. While those never got me to any kind of popularity, they really made me realize how much I love entertaining people and creating videos about my passion, which is video games. I grew up in the mountains of Colorado, and when I got tired of those mountains, I decided to move up to some other mountains in Bozeman, Montana, and I got my bachelor's degree from a surprisingly good design school. I've always loved games, and ever since I was really young, I've been playing them. My first console was the N64, and my favorite game ever is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. I love to incorporate illustration and animation and my own personal flair into things that I do. And one of those performing and artistic flairs is improv. And I've also been teaching it for like the past 5 years. I'm really a multimedia person. I really like how everything comes together. So I love to dip my toes in a lot of different things. Pretty much know how to use every cord and every capture card. I've also worked with a wide variety of cameras, lenses, microphones, and audio equipment, tripods, monopods, gimbals. Anything I've recorded and created is edited in Adobe Premiere, which turned me into their slave, a cross I bear to this day. From making storyboards and animation at Lockheed Martin, editing at NBC, and odd video jobs here and there, I have really built a large skill set. I love video games and always have. I found a community, and Polygon helps emphasize what's so important about that community, and it's sharing laughs, and it's thinking deeply about the stories. And if I could do anything to help give back to a community that's already given me so much, like Polygon has, then I won't hesitate at the chance. If you choose me as your next producer, then I will work to make content that connects with your audience in a way that a viewer knows how to, a way that'll build our community bigger, better, and stronger. Yeah, so when I was making this video, one of the things that I did originally just to get everything going was a storyboard, of course. So we've got my storyboard here with many memorable moments from a very short video. Some things ended up being cut entirely. There were some scenes where like my art was going to kind of like show up and everything. Since the video was only allowed to be 2 minutes and I had to hit very certain questions and beats, it was a little challenging, but yeah. I ended up doing all of my animation in Procreate, which you can see here on my iPad. And so what kind of happened was I ended up building this whole scene that you find in the video in all separate segments with the different pieces of the looped animation. And then they were stitched together in the final version, which was just a 3-frame loop, which took a lot of work because there's a lot of different layers and moving parts going on here. But if I play that, it's just a little 3-second loop back and forth. And the character doesn't appear on here because the character was actually put in After Effects, but the character's animated in a separate file here. Just a little bounce, a little tiny character like that. And then it ends up in the final video the way you saw it. The other thing that I did was that little intro animation with the Game Boy. And you can see there's a few different components here. The stars were their own small loop animation. The brush itself had its own animation, even though the major motion was done in After Effects. You can see it kind of squished down like that. So this was just a little drawing animation, which was then comped into After Effects, like this. So here's After Effects, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about a few things. on this bad boy. This is just for that Game Boy intro, which is what I'm just going to show you today. All of these little pieces are that brush. So this is that brush getting animated because it actually has no motion and it wasn't hand animated. It was just keyframed in like this. You'll see that the brush comes in and smack, smack. And there we have it. That's that original animation all made. The text is also animated. That's what all these little red layers are. Another interesting thing to see here is this Game Boy intro that I made. Was made to replicate what it actually looked like when you turned on a Game Boy Color. And so it's actually just got a few different effects going on here. It's an animated gradient on the text and also a mask on the text, which is all just pretty whatever After Effects things. And all of these different pieces were then thrown into a final composition, which is a static image of this Game Boy screen and just a little effects like here on that little beep boop button. And then we have it, and we add a little sound, and everything comes together. Thank you so much for checking out that video and supporting me and everything. Make sure that you go to my website and all of my other things and spread the word, I guess. I don't know, check out my Instagram. Anyway, you know, you're so cute. I love you. Let's go on a date sometime. When are you off work?